Hi, it's Dr. Valencia Porter here with some tips on how to reset your parasympathetic nervous system, which is what is designed to help calm you down. It is our rest and digest system, which needs to balance with our sympathetic nervous system, which goes on overdrive when we're under stress, whether it's physical stress or mental, psychological stress. So there's some great tips on how to activate your vagus nerve, which helps regulate your parasympathetic nervous system. And your vagus nerve is a wandering nerve. It starts up here and it goes down through the neck, behind the heart, and interacts with the gut. It goes all over the place. But there's some little hacks that you can use so that you can activate the vagus nerve so that it can help you calm down and manage stress. The first hack is to do some deep belly breathing. When we're under stress, we tend to breathe in a very shallow way. We might hold our breath, but when the stress is done, what do? We breathe a big sigh of relief. So using your breath can help reset your stress response. One wonderful technique that I learned is called the 4-7-8 breath technique. I was taught that by Dr. Andrew Weil, and it's a timed breath. So you inhale for 4 counts, you hold for 7 counts, and then you exhale for 8 counts. And you just need to do this a couple of times a day. So it looks like this. I'm going to inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, and then exhale. You want to do that through soft lips. So it looks like this. So that's what it looks like. Kind of silly. Maybe breathing like that also gives us a little humor and lightens our stress in that way, but it's a wonderful breathing technique. Other breathing techniques I have available on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check those out. But this 4-7-8 breath technique is really wonderful. My second hack is to gargle. So gargling twice a day can be really nice. I have one client who is a psychotherapist who averted her own panic attack just by gargling. And when you gargle, you're really activating the muscles in your neck, and that's going to activate that vagus nerve. So what I tell people is that you really want to gargle vigorously, to the point to maybe like your eyes might water or people might think you're choking. So I'm going to demonstrate that here. I'm going to swallow the water. It's just regular water. That's what it looks like. Again, kind of silly. But if you gargle like that, and I usually gargle for about 60 seconds, at least once a day, if not twice a day, just with my regular toothbrushing routine. So that's really nice. That activates those muscles in the back of the throat. And in fact, it activates what controls your gag reflex as well. Another thing that's similar is yawning. And just talking about yawning makes me want to yawn. So we want to get the back of the throat activated. You can feel your palate and the back of your throat elevate. You know that you're doing it the right way. This is also helpful for singing. So I do love to sing, and opening up the back of the throat like that is really wonderful for singing as well. So gargling, yawning, singing itself is also wonderful too, because you are using the back of the throat to control your voice as well. So singing and chanting and even humming. And when we hum, you're creating a vibration throughout your head actually. And that vibration can also be calming and relaxing. There was a study a while ago of people chanting Om, and they were in a functional MRI and fMRI and looking at what was going on with brain activity during that time, and they found that the brain activity actually was even more calm on the part of the Om. So I think it's that humming, the vibratory effect, which helps with that. So humming, singing, chanting, those are also very helpful. Other things. So essential oils. I am a huge fan of essential oils and using aromatherapy. Aromas go to our nose, which goes to cranial nerve 1, which goes right to the brain. And there are deep connections between aromas and our limbic system, which is our primitive part of our brain. And certain scents do have impacts on our mental state, our emotional state, our alertness as well. So for stress, some wonderful essential oils would be lavender, clary sage, bergamot. Those are really nice. But I always tell people, go to your local health food store, go find some organic essential oils and smell them and find which ones make you feel like, this feels so nice. It's such a wonderful aroma to smell. So there are a variety. I could probably list 10, but it really depends on what you like as well, because if you don't like the scent, then that's not going to be calming for you. Lavender is fantastic though. You can also apply them behind the ear, on this bone back here. So that is the mastoid bone, and the vagus nerve travels around there. So that also, you will absorb some of the oils, and that can also be calming as well. Okay, another thing, cold exposure. I do not like to be in the cold, but cold exposure can also help really reset that parasympathetic, sympathetic switch. I've known about this since I went to medical school, and we were told, if somebody's in a certain heart rhythm where it's really overactivated, you can put your face in ice water. That's called a diving reflex. So you can put your face in ice water. You can hold a bag of ice on your face for 30 seconds. Don't hold it longer than that. Splash cold water on your face and your neck. You can take a cold shower as well. Or you can take a warm shower and finish with cold. And you can also do a cold immersion in an ice bath. I recently did that as well at a place called Breathe Degrees, which uses breath work and then followed by a cold plunge, which was interesting. I do not like cold, so it was amazing that I was able to do it. But I did feel very peaceful and relaxed from that experience. It was wonderful. All right, so there are devices that can also be helpful to help get you in that meditative state. I can give you some more information about that. One of my favorites is HeartMath. I use the HeartMath M-Wave and the Inner Balance app, and they are great breath trainers. They work on heart rate variability, and doing that 5 or 10 minutes once or twice a day is a great way to tune up your nervous system and make it more resilient to stress. So I hope that you found these tips helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.